Okay, so the question for you today is, do you ever get the nerves or anxiety before you record a song, whether you're going into the studio booth or you're recording at home? Hey singers, hey, it's me. We are back with another video. We're really doing good with these videos. I'm really happy about that. Anyways, you guys have been watching my 5-minute warm-ups, my warm-ups for phlegm and all that good stuff. But today, even though I am behind the piano, I'm behind the keyboard, it's gonna be just talky time. Just, because I just miss you guys so much, and I feel like I've just been doing like 5 minutes and 2 minutes and then done, Okay, so the question for you today is, do you ever get the nerves or anxiety before you record a song, whether you're going into the studio booth or you're recording at home, right? Regardless of the location, I guarantee you that you do, because I know I do, right? No matter how much we practice, it's just what it is. Like, it's just the nerves. Like, we're just like, but let me tell you guys something. Okay, let me just tell you guys something. The nerves will not do you any good. It just wouldn't do you any good. Okay, so why? Because it closes up your throat. It just does all the things. You get really excited. And then from there, your breath is unstable. And then you'll have to just many things. And so to better prepare ourselves, both our minds and our voices, I'm going to give you guys not three, I'm going to give you guys 4 tips on how to go about that and how to manage your anxiety or your excitement. Can we not use anxiety for just this once? Let's use excitement, because that's what you should be. You should be excited. Before we actually dive into the 4 tips, I'm going to give you a big tip. So the week of, and especially the night before, you want to make sure that you're well hydrated. Okay, the reason for this is because you are going to feel all the nerves, you're going to feel excited, and that is going to cause you to have a dry mouth, and that's going to cause you to salivate a lot, and it's just not going to be it's not going to be a good thing. So you want to keep yourself well hydrated before you go into your session. So I would say the practice should be every day, but pay close attention, especially the night before. Also, you want to get a good night's rest. Nothing beats fatigue, whether it's your voice, your body, your mind, your soul, than a good night's sleep, not even a nap. So you want to make sure that you're sleeping earlier than what you're used to. And even if it's just you laying in bed for about an hour or so, that gives you a good excuse to not even speak. And so that is a really big tip. You want to make sure you're doing that before you head over to the studio. So you're going to want to eat foods that will fill you up, but will not give you this sugar crash or anything like that, and will not make you feel sluggish. And not also try to avoid eating something fibrous, because that really kind of dries up the throat and will mess you up during your practice or performance, or your studio sessions. Also, another tip, the day of and the night before, is to not sing so much. I know it's obvious, right? But then that's not what we do. We like to do last minute stuff. I know this because my students book me last minute, and I'm always saying, okay, but we're only going to do certain things. And so certain things is warm-ups. That's what we do, literally. And so I know this for sure. And sometimes I'm tempted to just sing the song, but I meditate on the song actually. And I think about the song and I sing it in my head. So not a lot of singing the night before and the day before, but do keep your throat, your vocal folds humming. So you want to do some warm-ups. So, do some simple warm-up techniques, nothing too crazy, in case something that is of your speech level is great, and something that doesn't require a lot of energy too. Okay. All right. Now for the 4 tips. So that's actually 5 tips. I can count. Okay. So first, you want to visualize your the outcome of your session. Now, there's no room for doubts here. You don't say, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm not sure if I can pull this off. Nope. You know, there's a saying where you think it, then you're it, right? So there's absolutely no room for any doubts here. Just go and visualize and say, I've done the work and it's going to be a great track. That's it. And you keep telling yourself that, and it is going to be it. Is it always 100% bulletproof sure that it's going to be it? No. But what you're doing is you're prepping yourself for the better and not for the worse. Okay? Not for the worse. Okay, so my second tip is, this is something that you can actually communicate with your producer. You can just know that you have the option to record your tracks into sections. You can record it by section. You don't have to go full straight on. You can take it full straight on. What your producer might say or might suggest is to go full on the track. In that case, go for it. And then they're going to listen to it one time through, and then they'll take it sectionals. And then, just know that your producer knows what they're doing. They're really good at this. They're sound engineers. They've done this for a really long time, so trust them. But also, just know that that option, the sections option, is available. So when you're feeling fatigued or when you're feeling a little burnt out to sing like the whole song, because that's what's going to happen in the recording studio, unless you, I don't know, like, I mean, I would say 99 or 95% of the time, you're going to want to do your songs over. So I would just say, just know that you have that option. That you have the option to break it down into sections, okay? My third tip, and again, this is pertaining to you communicating with your sound engineers and your producer. They are experts. They're really experts, and they're there to take care of you. I mean, you're using their studio. So they want you to feel good so that you can come back to them. Okay, it's a two-way relationship here. So learn how to communicate well with them. Do not step over their toes, but do voice out when something is a bit off, like if the audio is off, if it's a little too soft for you and you can't hear. If you're in-ear headphones, you want the professional ones and not the ones that have two, you only want one. You know, these little things can really create a jargon, and I learned from experience. So there was one time that I was recording, and you know, the distance between the microphone and yourself plays a really important role when it comes to recording. And I'm not the expert at recording, like studio recording. I'm not an expert at that. I am an expert in going into the studio to record and myself, right? And so I was recording a track, and it was from, it's an aria, okay? And I am very claustrophobic. Like, I cannot be, like, I know you think that this is like a small space, but it is actually a really huge space. And I can't like justify that with the lenses here. But how I was positioned into the studio was like, I literally was facing a wall, but it was well acoustic, right? And the mic and I were like super close to each other, that halfway through the song, I just felt like I was closing everything up, like my throat and everything. And I was like, oh my goodness, I just like need to let go. And so I actually inched back. Like, it was only about an inch or two, right? So I stepped out of the booth, and then we started like listening to the song again. And then my producer was like, something's a bit off. Like, something is like, there's like some sort of imbalance. And I was like, well, and then I told him, and he was like, oh, that's it. And although he was able to fix it, because he's basically, you know, he's the magician, he was able to fix it. And yeah, everything went smoothly. But I think what I learned was I needed to have told him that first. So learn to communicate with your producer and your sound engineers, because rest assured they know what they're doing, but you also want to be comfortable when you are delivering, right? And they want you to be comfortable too. So All right, guys, my last tip is, and this is something that is sort of like on the first tip and the fourth tip, like mushed together, is that just know that you're an expert at your craft, okay? Just the fact that you're in a booth recording a song or a track, an aria, whatever, a voiceover, that means somebody values. And even though, like, you know, I'm not saying that you should be valued, you know, with your work or whatnot. You should know how much value you have in your work, okay? But I'm saying, like, you're an expert and you're a pro at your craft, okay? And you gotta convince yourself that, okay? If you cannot emotionally convince yourself, just think of the many times that you've practiced and how you got to that location, which is the studio booth. Like, how'd you get there, right? Obviously, somebody's invited you, you've reached out. At some point in your singing career or in your singing journey, you've had the confidence to say, I can go in the booth. So you hold on to that thought, okay? And so when you do believe that, and when you do understand that, it's not even much so like believe, like when you understand that concept, everything else will kind of fall into place, okay? That's the idea. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys found this helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I try to put out new videos each week. So until then, guys, keep singing. Know that you are a pro at your craft. Bye, guys.